Guys, we all know that 2020 was trash. We had to stay at home, we couldn't hang out with our friends, and we were to avoid human contact at all costs. Well, now that I think of it, it was the same as any other year, except, there was a virus trying to kill us. But enough about that, let's talk about gaming. When speaking about gaming only, 2020 was a fantastic year. We got gems like Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Phasmophobia, Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1 out of probably 3?
Seriously, this game's gonna cost me a goddamn kidney.
No, not this one. So many good games. 2021 seems to be following the same trend. Well, not really. Yeah, there's a bunch of games announced for 2021, and some of them are heavy hitters like Far Cry 6. But it seems that the only game I'm remotely excited for is Resident Evil 8, and honestly, I'm not that excited.
It's because of the goddamn werewolf.
Me not being excited about a game this year is weird, since I felt like every year I've been impatiently waiting for one thing or another. Or maybe I'm just getting old and bitter and this is my way of realizing it. Let's be honest here, I'm probably just disillusioned with the gaming industry since it kinda did some fucked up things. But hey, everyone can change, and according to US law, a corporation is a person, so by that logic, they can change too. So with the new year coming, here's what I want to see change in gaming. Oh shit, it's January 15th. I'm a little late. Happy New Year's, you sexy bastards. I'm a really big fan of horror games, and survival horror is my thing. But the problem I keep seeing with horror games is that you either go the jump scare route or the hiding route, and it kind of makes me feel like I'm playing a stealth game. And honestly, I'm completely tired of that. So what I want to see from the gaming industry this year is more out-of-the-box thinking. No, I don't want another Resident Evil type game. No, I don't want another Amnesia game like the one that came out at the end of 2020. I want something new. I want some innovation in horror. I don't have to play survival horror, even though I prefer survival horror over regular horror. But I would really, really like to experience something new. You know, something that caught my eye in 2020 was Murder House. Yes, Murder House is kind of a stealth game, but it's also a puzzle game and a really good story game. And I think something like that with the PS1 graphics works fantastically. I personally think that game was amazing, and it did not get the amount of support it needed or it deserved. Games like Visage are also a really good way to do horror. Yeah, it borrows a lot from the PT trailer, the playable demo, but what they did with Visage was fantastic. The full release is out and the game is, oh my god, it's fantastic. It literally is fantastic. I love it. And Visage is horror done right, when you don't want to get a gun or you don't want to, just do jump scares, or even though there are some jump scares. But Visage is actually done correctly. Amnesia, I'm tired of the formula of just running away. You're in this mansion or whatever. I didn't even finish the game, so I didn't even know what it's about. Outlast, the first one was fantastic. The second one, meh. Whistleblower was meh. A lot of people loved it, but I'm just completely over these types of horror games that are just stealth games. Yeah, the atmosphere is fantastic, and that's probably the best thing about the game, but I just want something new in horror. I want some innovation. Pretty much that's what I want. I want more innovation in horror games. I personally don't know. I'm not smart enough to think about a new idea on how to do horror, but I want something new. Something I'm extremely, extremely excited about is Hideo Kojima and Sony working on a new horror IP. This is not going to come out in 2021, but I can guarantee you that this is going to innovate horror and bring the horror genre in gaming, to a completely new level. And I'm super excited for that. Like I said, it's not going to be coming out in 2021, but something I'm looking forward to, and I'm really passionate about horror games, and I love them, and I just want to see them get better and better, and not just complacent and sticking to a formula. Oh my god, Resident Evil 8! I can make an entire different video about Resident Evil 8 and why I'm not excited about it. Well, I kind of am, a little bit, but the freaking werewolf is not what I wanted. But hey, if they do it right, it might be great. I'm going to give it a chance because it's my favorite franchise, or one of my favorite franchises. So I really, really hope that it doesn't disappoint. But Resident Evil 7 was fantastic, so if Resident Evil 8 is more of that, I'm going to give it a chance. So please, horror games in 2020, innovate. Look at the indie scene. The indie scene is fantastic, but whatever. That's what I want out of horror games. if it even makes sense. You know what I like? I like putting a shit ton of money in a game and getting absolutely nothing back. You know, that's my favorite type of game. What can I call this? Is it, you know what? Maybe it's called gambling, but for kids this time. Content? No thanks. I got an LR Vegito in Dokkan Battle. Seriously, these gacha games have to fucking stop. Come on. Oh my god. Holy fucking crap. How is Genshin Impact? I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. How is Genshin Impact making $6 million a day? A freaking day. What? From what I heard, the game is actually good, and there's some content to actually dive into that. So, you know, we can't really hate on Genshin Impact that much, because at least it gives you something with quality. But let's look at this other side over here, a franchise that I really liked as a kid, and now that I grew up, I'm really disillusioned from. You know, something like FIFA making $1.3 billion, billion with a B. Fuck me sideways, dude. I'm in the wrong business. Seriously, gacha games have to fucking stop. Gacha games and microtransactions, all that has to stop. It's freaking crazy how a game can make that much money by offering little to no content, right? I played Dokkan Battle, and I still enjoy Dokkan Battle because it's just something I can do while listening to a podcast. Yes, and I'm not gonna lie, I've dropped some money on Dokkan Battle, but I haven't dropped any money on Dokkan Battle in a very long time because I don't get anything out of it. Yeah, sometimes I get an SSR, which turns out to be a really good card, but it's not worth it. And me, as an adult, I can make the decision of saying, you know what, I'm not going to spend any more money on this because I have a rational thinking adult brain. Now, put an 8-year-old kid in front of a phone and this button that says buy, oh, $1 for this. They have no understanding of money, the worth of money. So they're just going to keep clicking. Shit, some of them don't even know that it's actual money. Kids are stupid. So you put this bright button, making them want to just click it, and spending all this amount of money on a freaking game that offers nothing in return. It's fucking insane and is crazy that it's not gambling, or it's not considered gambling by the law. What the fuck is going on? Microtransactions and gacha games have to stop in 2021. Except Pokemon, they can bring back the game corner. Now, that's the type of gambling I can get behind of. Cyberpunk will go down in history as the biggest bomb in gaming. The game can potentially be fixed later, and it's going to be great, and it's probably going to be one of the best games ever made. The problem is that it got release broken, with the release broken now, fix later mentality, and it was disastrous. It did not work, not on one platform, not in 2 platforms, but in 3 platforms. It did not work for PC. It did not work for PS4. It did not work for the Xbox One. Yeah, the PC worked a little better, but the game is still broken. There's so many bugs that I can still encounter just by turning the game on. The first day I got it, it crashed on me about 5 times in the intro. It really, really disappointed me. I was expecting a playable game, and that's me on PC. The people on console, I am so sorry you guys spent $60 on this game. Yeah, they offered refunds, but you know, that's the least you can do because you sold me a broken product. Yeah, they're offering a roadmap with free DLC, and if you see the roadmap, the game kinda tilts to the end of the year for it to be perfect or fully playable, whatever you want to call it, right? But that type of mentality of release broken, fix later, make money now has to stop. 2021 is the year we put our foot down and tell game publishers that this is not okay and we are not going to deal with it. Yeah, a bunch of other games have released in similar states, but nothing as bad as CD Projekt Red Cyberpunk 2077. The reason Cyberpunk and CD Projekt Red is getting so much more hate than anybody else was because this company had our trust. And everybody knows that they can do better. If you are defending this game, okay, cool, that's fine. That is your decision. But you cannot deny that the game should have not been released in that broken state. Now, it's a little bit more playable on PC. Yes, there's still some bugs, but it's a little playable. But Cyberpunk on console, it's still a broken mess. I don't even know how people were able to finish this bug infestation that they call a game. So yes, botched releases have to be left in 2020 and 2021. We have to rise up, gamers. Gamers, rise up against botched releases. That's what we're gonna do. Oh my god. I didn't even want to say those words ever again. I felt the cringe. I felt the cringe. Yeah, the VGAs are not very important to gamers. They're not important to me. They're not important to anyone. They're just a circle jerk. They're mainly rigged. Let's be honest. These games are rigged, since the only deciding factor is industry people, in quotation marks, industry people, game journalists, all these other people that work in the industry. And these kind of people hate gamers. Let's be honest, they hate gamers. Okay, I'm gonna admit it. I'm gonna just say it right now that I'm a little salty. I'm a little salty that Ghost of Tsushima did not get Game of the Year. Okay, I'll admit it. I'm gonna say it. I'm a little salty that The Last of Us 2 beat out Ghost of Tsushima in the VGAs. But the reason I want a more fair VGA is because that's what the mainstream sees and thinks gamers like when they look into our own little bubble. Don't get me wrong though, The Last of Us 2 is probably a fantastic experience, a good story, even though I do have my problems with it. You know, Joel dying, that's not okay with me the way they did it. You can make the argument that The Last of Us 2 deserved the Game of the Year. You can make the argument that The Last of Us 2 is probably one of the biggest games this year. And you can make the argument that The Last of Us 2 is probably a game that's going to be remembered forever because of the game and the controversies, right? That's fine. But when the mainstream looks into our gaming bubble, I want them to see the best we can offer. And the best that we had to offer this year was Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima is just on a completely different level. And when the outside world looks into our world, I would like them to see the absolute best game we have to offer. And also, you're telling me that Doom Eternal didn't win Best Soundtrack? Come on. I mean, I love Final Fantasy VII, don't get me wrong. That was such a fantastic game, right? It's the first PS4 game I ever beaten. But Doom Eternal, you know, the music's kind of next level. It's kind of like, you know, one of the best. I don't know. I don't think they're rigged, but I do think that they're stacked. So what do you guys think should change in 2021 for gaming? Please leave all those comments in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and the like button really helps me out. And I'm going to be posting videos every single Thursday. 2021 is my time to shine, my fellow friends. I also stream every single Wednesday, Thursday on Twitch. If you want to see more, it's The Really Bad Gaming Show, TRBGS, on twitch.com. I'm probably going to stream some Pokemon, and I have a bunch of other games that I like to stream. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at host_Chaka if you want to keep up with me. But hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.